Welcome to a little bit of Common Crazy. Today I'm going to show you how I organize my kids' toy closet. Hi, my name is Jennifer and my goal here is to try to find more calm in all the crazy and put some order in the chaos. And today I'm super excited because I'm going to show you how I have revamped my kids' toy closet. It wasn't working. And because it wasn't working, it was a mess all the time. I have pulled everything out, I've cleaned it up, and I've redone it. I'm going to walk you through all of my steps so that you can see exactly why I've done some of the things that I've done, my thought process behind it, why this will be a much better solution for my kids and for me, because now I think we are on the path to keeping it organized and clean. If you're new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. And if you click that little bell, that is how you'll get notified every time that a video gets uploaded. If you enjoy organizing videos and how I organize my home, I have a Dollar Tree organization tips and hacks video, and I'll link it right up here so you can check that out too. Are you ready to see how I'm revamping my kids' toy closet? Let me walk you through it. Moment of true embarrassment. Today is the last day of school and I need to tackle this room before our summer begins. My kids have been busy, I have been busy. It has been a dump and go for the last couple of weeks, and this needs to get done so that I can actually tackle what my project is, which is my kids' toy closet. So let's get it done. Don't we wish it was that easy? Now, here is the kids' closet. You guys, it is such a mess. Things are everywhere, they're stacked up. The system that I have is not working for us at all. There's too much in here, and some of the items are just too high that my little guy can't get to it, and so when he goes to get it, things don't get put back, or they get put back poorly. So I need to take every single thing out of this closet so that I can only bring back the things that I want to, and to make sure that I'm putting them back in a way that will function so much better. I would love for you to clean along with me. So if there is something that you need to clean, go ahead, turn up the music on this, and let's get it done together. It is completely empty in here. Now I have piled everything into the room, and it looks like a hot mess, but it won't stay that way. I will get to go through every single one of those items. Before I bring them in though, I want to make sure that I clean the closet. So I'm gonna wipe everything down, all the shelves, and sweep the floor, and then I can begin bringing things in and making this function so much better than it was. So I really want to make sure that I'm going through everything and making sure that we are using it. And it doesn't mean that it's something that is bad or wrong with it if we don't use it, but if we're not using it, I need to get it out of the space. So I'm going to first start by going through all of these games. I even need to get my daughter recruited to help me. I'm asking her, do you guys play with these? Has it been a while? Is your little brother playing with them? Because if they're not playing with them, we don't need to keep them. And these are not all of our games. These are mainly the ones that the kids come and grab. And so I want to make sure that they are being used. Now, one of the most important things that I've done with these games is I pulled them down. They are up on a shelf that was higher. So every single time that my little guy needed to get a game, one, he had to get someone to help him, but then he wouldn't either put it away, or if he finally got something to climb up on to put it away, it was just a mess. So the first thing I'm trying to do in order to help keep this closet more organized is to bring things down so they're better able to be reached by him. And so I'm beginning with the games. Stuffed animals is a hard one for us because my kids really like them. They have a sentimental attachment to it. I allow them to put a couple on their bed at a time and they kind of rotate through them. But I understand, I look at stuffed animals, I think they're really cute too, but they just take up so much space. So I have a rule that everything has to fit in this bin, and we go through it ever so often and pull out ones that maybe aren't as sentimental to us. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going through them and just pulling out the ones that we don't need. I will repeat the exact same process with everything else. I'm gonna go through all of the bins and decide, are these toys that my kids are playing with? And if they're not, are they toys that are broken? Or do they just need to find a new home? And I'll do that with everything before I actually bring everything back into the closet. And here is how I've organized everything. I moved the little people up on the highest shelf because my kids don't need that right now, and it is a good place to keep it. I can bring it down when I'm watching little ones. Those bins are what I keep my kids' keepsakes in, and I keep 3 of those, 1 for each kid. On that second to highest shelf are things that just don't get used quite as often, but we still want to have available to us. Now, as we move down, these are the things that the kids use the most. So the games, of course, are in the back. I left that there. Here you see that my daughter has some of her Barbie things as well as Shopkins, and that is an easy place for her to reach everything. Over here is where they have their plastic dishes and their food. They normally like to play grocery store. Here we have train tracks and anything and everything for that. And then the next little aisle right here, this is where we have anything for cars. So that is actually a Star Wars Hot Wheels toy. So it also goes with cars. And then the next area is for buildings. So I have some Legos, some blocks, as well as some mag formers. And then the back is for animals, stuffed animals, hard animals, puppets, you name it. It's all right there. And over here, I brought these down too because this is for my little guy. I have tools on the top, and then on the bottom you can see that there are cars and things. And then this is my dress up area. So I have the costumes hanging up, and then in those bins, we had capes and masks and things like that the kids can also grab and use. Now, we also have a set of shelves. So this is my oldest son's shelf with some of the things that he likes on it. And then as you move down, some things here that I would use if I'm watching a little one, I have those on the shelf. And then the further you move down, you'll see a few of our puzzles. Now this is just a few of our smaller puzzles. We just did a huge clean out of puzzles. So these are a few that we have remaining of the smaller ones that my kids can grab, or if we have kids over. And then down here, just some random things. They don't necessarily fit in the bin. Some more things that I use for little ones, as well as some other items that they use when they do some dress up. I feel that this is much better than how we had it before. So the first thing I did was I went through and I cleaned everything. I pulled it all out and I went through all the items. So I'm gonna show you right here everything that I am getting out of the closet. Some of this I am donating, some of this I'm giving to friends, some of it just goes straight into the trash, and some of it just needs to find a new home. I need to put it away in storage for now because it's not something that we need. This is a lot of stuff, and that made the start of a difference. The second was I need to organize in order to help keep this closet looking this way. The third and final thing that I'm doing to keep this closet organized is that I am labeling everything. I like to use a label maker, so I have a Brother P-Touch. I'll link it below for you so you can check it out if you want this. But you don't have to do anything fancy. If you just want to go buy labels and write on them and stick it on things, I think that could work really well. If you want to just use some masking tape or painter's tape, it doesn't have to be fancy, but I think that if you label things, you'll find that then your kids will know exactly where things need to go. If you're doing this for younger children, another idea is instead of using words because they can't read yet, is you use pictures as your labels, and that will help them to know where everything needs to be put back when you're cleaning up. Now this is a great idea for a small space like mine. You can also implement these strategies in a larger area if that is what you have. Remember, first clean, second organize it in a way that makes sense. And for me, I needed to make things a whole lot more accessible, and they were not. So that was a big deal for me. And number 3, label, label, label. Label everything. If you do these things, I think you will find that you have a much more organized space that can stay that way. And with summer here for me, that will help me keep my sanity. I would love to know, how do you organize your kids' toys? Do you have a large space that you're using? Do you have a smaller space? And how do you go about keeping it clean? Please leave comments for me below. I would absolutely love it. Remember, I do post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you haven't already, I would love for you to give me a big thumbs up. And don't forget, please subscribe to my channel. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye.